McPherson is injured, Mason and McGroarty drop to the bench. In come Andrea Skirla, Scott Thompson filling the left wing-back position. 8 changes from the team which reached the CIS Cup quarter-finals.
Yep. Jonathan Gould in goal, he certainly won't let anyone down today. Lots and lots of experience.
And Dougie McDonald, just passing through the frame there, is the match referee at East End Park. And Dunfermline hoping to do better than they did against Rangers in another of our live matches. The Premier League, they were taking the pieces that day, and so much rests this afternoon. Andre Carnabeck, ex of 20 Enschede in Holland, hasn't featured at all for Dunfermline this season. How will he settle to this in only his 4th start for the Pars? Jimmy Calderwood has lost 43 goals to the Old Firm as Dunfermline manager. That's a statistic, Sandy, that he won't want to dwell on.
That's right, and as we said before at the top of the programme, is it going to be boring, Jimmy, today? Is he going to attack? And we all hope he's going to attack today, but you can understand why he would maybe be a little bit negative and try to stop Celtic playing rather than Dunfermline build up at the start of the game. Only time will tell.
Martin O'Neill, having been playing catch-up in recent weekends, is now playing on the same day as Rangers are. And Rangers with that 1-point advantage still. Dougie McDonald there is your referee, and Paul Lambert, the Celtic captain, in a settled-looking central midfield area. Dunfermline against Celtic at East End Park underway. And Scott Wilson with the clearance, and Scott Wilson looking to play a whole lot better than he did against his old team, Rangers. By his own admission, he had a shocker that day, and his mates have been telling him that that was his best game for Rangers, and he was playing for Dunfermline.
He had a poor game that day, can only get better for him, and I'm sure it will today.
Good work from Scott Thompson, a driving force for Dunfermline. Big favourites with the Pars fans, always gives it his all, and he's one who's being pushed towards international recognition at the moment in the wake of Stevie Crawford.
You can totally understand that. Scott Thompson, he's Mr. Steady Eddie. He's so consistent, he's so versatile, he can play so many different positions, and he's a big asset to Jimmy Calderwood. And I could see him fighting his way into the Scottish squad.
Jonathan Gould aims for Chris Sutton. First there was Scott Walker. And that time it was Thompson. Chested down by Crawford for Brewster. They combined so well. And Brewster trying to release Gary Dempsey down the left-hand side. Jos Valaren was there first. The blonde Carnabeck. The throw-in dropping over the shoulder of Craig Brewster. It was always going to be a pretty awkward one to divert into the 6-yard box. 5 goals for Brewster, just 11 starts for Dunfermline, and so much involved in setting things up as well. Scott Thompson's powerful header, and he stayed down.
Just a 50-50 challenge that won Scott Thompson and Stan Petrov. Thompson certainly won the ball. You can see it coming here, just a up there challenge. It didn't look much at all.
I know Chick's got Gus McPherson sitting alongside him, sadly not out in the pitch, but obviously Chick, the opening stage is crucial for Dunfermline.
Yeah, well, Gus, of course, out with an ankle injury, hope to be back next week. We're just saying in this, Gus, that about the opening stages for Dunfermline, isn't it?
It's important we don't concede a goal early. In previous Old Firm games, we've conceded early and given ourselves a mountain to climb, so we're going to try and keep it tight early doors.
Do you think you have a wee psychological problem when you play the Old Firm?
No, we just concede too many goals.
Answer that question, Rob.
Simple as that. Thanks, Gus. Try and keep Gus involved in the game. He may be sitting in the touchline, but Chick won't give him much peace. Sunshine on the Kingdom of Fife. Lennon. And still in Petrov. 2 goals in his last 3 games for Bulgaria. He captains his national side these days. 2 goals in 3 qualifiers for Euro 2004. Brewster's lay off. Karnebek off a Gat. Scott Thompson. Lambert intercepted the pass and now has it back. Ulrich Larsson. Down the line for Henrik Larsson. And back with Becker. Was so impressive in the live match here against Rangers, and he still had to pick the ball out of the net 6 times. An incredible day. That was Andreas Skerla doing the defending, and he could well be lining up against Scotland in the Euro qualifiers. Lithuania.
I'm just looking at the way Dunfermline are playing, Rob. Skerla's certainly man-marking Larsson, and Scott Walker's taking Sutton, and Stirling Petrov has been marked by Scott Thompson. So Jimmy Cullerwood's made it quite clear he's trying to stop those 3 players playing.
Jimmy Cullerwood and taking no chances, Shocker. He'll change that before the afternoon is out, I'm sure.
The first goal could be so important.
I was interested to hear you saying, will we see the boring Jimmy Calderwood this afternoon, Sandy? I've never seen the boring Jimmy Calderwood.
Neither have I. I'm talking socially as well as anything else. But you couldn't describe him as being boring at all, and he's been very, very successful. He's been a breath of fresh air. He's a really charismatic character.
Lee Bull in the target. That was Brewster against Baldy. An arm was used. Free kick for Dunfermline against the Guinea international. Jonathan Gould trying to stay alive. And here's a chance for Dunfermline. It was a great ball into the danger area. And Celtic under pressure. Quick thinking from the set piece, Sandy.
Quick free kick, Scott Thompson, Stevie Crawford, same wavelength. Great ball across the box. Brewster just about there. Bobo Baldi had to stretch out and make sure he made the clearance.
Bullen's cross. In goes Brewster. Stevie Crawford looking for any chance of a shot at goal, and it was Craig Brewster who fired it just wide. It's a terrific start from Dunfermline in the first 6 minutes.
That's good play again. Stevie Crawford, first of all, trying to get space for the shot. Didn't quite work out, but his striking partner Brewster first onto the ball, turned onto his good left foot, and certainly just a few inches off the post. But great enthusiasm from these two right from the start of the match, and that's certainly not far away.
They've started well. Can they maintain it, Dunfermline? O'Hannon's pass, well seen by Walker, the former St Mirren defender. Rangers ahead already, and Ibrox against Kilmarnock. Michael Moles has scored for them. Dunfermline 0, Celtic 0 in the early stages here at East End Park. Lambert, Sutton, Paul Lambert again. Good link up between the two, and the defending wasn't bad either. It was well done by Scott Wilson. And that's rugged play in the midfield as well from Gary Dempsey, depriving Paul Lambert of possession. And that's where Dunfermline have to be strong, they have to be tough, they have to be aggressive. And Gary Dempsey, there was all of those.
He managed to do exceptionally well, and just before that, Karnbeck, he showed he's a decent defender. Paul Lambert had actually got beyond Dempsey, but Karnbeck covered ground and cleared it exceptionally well.
Dropping very deep to pick up possession from Baldi. Now still in Petrov. Stretching out to try to prod the ball into the path of the Gat. Hoping that that had taken a deflection, but it's a goal kick.
Good play from Petrov. He actually got beyond Scott Thompson there. Scott Thompson, if he's going to do that job, he's got to be really positive at it. Still a bit unfortunate not to get the corner kick.
Larson and Lennon, combination of the two. Walker, Thompson, Danny Nicholson. Break of the ball for Craig Brewster and Stevie Crawford's. Crawford's shot, beaten away by Gould. And that was good defending from Bobo Balde because Craig Brewster was waiting to pounce on that rebound.
Great play again from the striking pair of Dunfermline. Crawford, Brewster linking so well. Stevie Crawford will always want to have a goal. Turn Larson one way and then another. And a good save from Jonathan Gould. Recovered well by Bobo Balde.
Alan Thompson doing the defending, played in by Bullen and away by Lennon. Bullen again, knocks it on to Thompson. Lee Bullen's cross, and Butler doing a lot of important defending for Celtic at the moment. Carnabeck shot, and Lennon had a swing at it, and that could have gone anywhere. It went behind for a corner as it was.
It shows the confidence Dunfermline have in the part of the game. Carnabeck really shouldn't hit it from there, but if you have a go, sometimes you get a break, and you certainly win the corner kick.
They have a bit of height here, Dunfermline, for the corner kick. Balde there for Celtic, though. Dempsey fires it wide. Danny Nicholson back on the ball. In on the half volley. And again, Balde. That was decisive. Gary Dempsey trying to force his way through. And Craig Brewster didn't really catch the shot, but what a start by Dunfermline.
It's been a great start. We're saying boring Dunfermline. I don't think so today. They've been very, very positive. Dempsey there fighting for the ball, and Craig Brewster again picking up that loose ball just in that area, just off the front. He'll eventually get one or two on target.
Adjusted down by Chris Sutton, linking with Petrov and Lambert. Now Larson for the Gat. Great change of direction, beats Carnabeck, in from a Gat, and Chris Sutton had a great chance to score.
Great play from Celtic down the right-hand side. Didier Agat just basically walking back past Carnabeck there. A great ball across the box, and Chris Sutton so unfortunate, just off target at the back post. But you see that you can't take Celtic for granted for 1 second. They're under a lot of pressure at the back end, and suddenly they're driving forward and always look dangerous.
And I wonder if Chris Sutton had missed that completely, whether Alan Thompson might have just tucked it in because he'd made a good run in behind the main striker. Larson's knocked down. That's a good challenge from Thompson. They look to be in the favour of Bullen there. Thompson's delivery. Away by Walker. That's a mistake by Dempsey. Ball for Balde, and that's no problem at all for Scott Wilson. Rautenbeck, and two there for Celtic, one was Valhaden. Lambert has given it away. And the hustling tactics from Dunfermline are working here. Lee Bullen on the move. Good challenge by Ulrich Larsson. Scott Thompson, advantage being played, chance for Lee Bullen to set something up, out off Larsson. Chick.
A bit of activity in the dugouts, Rob. Martin O'Neill getting a bit excited about his midfield. In fact, despite the cold here at Eastern Park, he's taking his jacket off, so he's warming to the task. Wants his midfield to be tighter, and Jimmy getting a bit excited. Jimmy Calderwood about his goalkeeper, Martin Rautenbeck, to come and command the area a bit more, is what he wants.
Celtic in that central midfield area being made to work very hard as Dunfermline have grabbed the early initiative. Thompson clears. There's Dempsey. Petrov for Sutton.
Jimmy Collier has actually got his tactics spot on today. They're basically matched up against Celtic all over the park, and they're working very, very hard. And as long as the game stays level, I'm sure Jimmy will be happy and his team will keep going.
Lennon. And Sutton trying to turn Wilson, but the former Rangers defender did well. And Dunfermline looking strong all over the pitch and looking to have the right sort of mental strength about the lead as well, Sandy.
Well, they've got lots of confidence in the way they started the game, and that's the best thing you can have in football. The one concern for me would be, did he get against Campbell? I think that if Agat gets 1v1, he'll cause him problems.
Sutton's layoff Thompson. Neil Lennon having a look at what's on downfield. And Neil elects for the square pass to Baldi. Larson. Good effort from Henrik Larsson. His first of the match and right on target.
That's a fabulous effort. Just kind of yard or two of space, 25 yards out. It's a magnificent shot. And Marco Rutenbeek had to be in the top of his form on his toes to make sure that one didn't enter the net.
Well, he scored both goals against Dunfermline on the opening day of the season in the 2-1 win at Celtic Park as the flag was unfurled. And safe to say the Pars know all about him. Thompson's corner kick. And stretching out for the header was Baldi. And removing everything in his path.
He's a big lad. He doesn't lose many headers in the year.
Stevie Crawford peels out wide to pick up possession. And switches flanks and finds Bullen. Thompson had to shift that quickly and under no great pressure. Dunfermline making mistakes in defence. They don't want to do that. They did it against Rangers and they were punished badly in the opening stages. But there certainly seems to be much greater confidence about the side opening up here.
They've had a great start, lots of confidence, and they're willing to try and pass the ball from the back as well.
Chicken Gus.
I think must be happy with the way the Dunfermline have started here.
Started very well, and when we set out a stall, not conceding an early goal, we've done that.
A nervous moment there when Henrik Larsson on the ball. I felt you tackle me actually.
No, Henrik can do that. You've really got to keep your eye on him. But it's a shot from distance, and the keeper's dealt with it.
So far, so good, Rob.
In the 17th minute, Dunfermline 0, Celtic 0. Live from BBC Scotland. Rangers 1 up against Kilmarnock. Agat moving at pace. And that's good anticipation to cut out the cutback. 2-0 Rangers now at Ibrox against Kilmarnock. Strong start from the Premier League leaders. Man of the match numbers as ever, 0900 10 225, or by text 07736 600 600. You could win a DVD player or a signed shirt if your choice agrees with Sandy's. Pretty well balanced game so far.
Decent game. I'm watching Martin O'Neill there. He's so animated in that dugout. We thought it was a throw-in a few minutes ago for his team. The referee gave it the other way, and I'm sure he wasn't too happy with it.
Lee Bullen gets the cross in. Jos Verladen got the faintest of touches. And now Stevie Crawford linking up with Andre Karnebek. There's too much on the pass down the line. And Barry Nicholson couldn't catch it. Just one goal this season for Nicholson. That was in the 4-1 win against Partick Thistle, and he would look to be scoring more goals than that from midfield. He's certainly done it in the past.
He's a very good player. He's matured so much since leaving Ibrox, and really Jimmy Collier has been a big influence on him.
Larsson, unconventional layoff with the knee. Chris Sutton, and the pass goes astray. Scott Walker doing the defending. Nicholson to Bullen, and Dempsey. Good passing, good movements. And a good touch from Brewster to get quick control. Finally, the passing move breaks down as Neil Lennon intercepted. Dunfermline know whatever happens here, they'll still be in third place in the Premier League. Hearts having lost yesterday and home to Dundee. Petrov's pass into the feet of Larsson. Back from Sutton to Lennon. And Valharan pushing forwards. Agat supplies the width. Good challenge from Karnebek. Lennon's cross goes behind.
Dunfermline are working very hard when they don't have the ball, and everybody's getting back behind it apart from Brewster, and making life very difficult for Celtic. They're denying them space when they're having to defend. He's a decent player, he's very, very bright, very aware. When the ball comes up to him, he makes sure it sticks, it stays up there, and that takes the pressure off the back three.
Yep, Jimmy, 20 minutes gone. As he has a quick look at the watch. And it's been a good 20 minutes for Dunfermline. Whatever happens from here. Lee Bullen delayed, and Neil Lennon was on top of him. Crawford's clever pass. It's Gary Dempsey, saved by Jonathan Gould. Good stop by the keeper. Great chance for Dunfermline.
It's a really good effort that time, no question. Dunfermline did exceptionally well.
He scored the goal for Dunfermline at Celtic Park on the opening day, Dempsey, and he wasn't far away here.
Paul Lambert will be disappointed, he missed the ball, but it's the right place to put it from Dempsey, across the goalkeeper, make him save it. He got his hand to it, and unfortunately no Dunfermline player following up.
Great reactions there from Jonathan Gould. He put that left hand down very quickly to make the save. He hasn't seen much top team action this season, and that makes it difficult when you come into the first team and you're expected to pull off saves like that. But he did exactly what was asked of him. And that could prove to be an important stop for Celtic. Good pass from Crawford, good effort from Dempsey, but Paul Lambert will be alarmed at the way he allowed the ball to go under his boot. Not like him. It's fairly comfortable for Bullen, fielding the long ball from Balde, and good work from Stevie Crawford. Industrious all over the pitch, the Scotland striker. But Dunfermline would love to see him doing some real damage in the final third. Larsson's pass. Larsson doing the running. Mopped up very calmly by Dunfermline. Right on deck for Brewster. Trying to knock it down for Nicholson. Lennon was there. Neil Lennon screaming for a pass from Jos Valharan. Just about midway through the first half. And Larsson stretching out, but unable to get on the end of the pass from Balde.
It's a poor pass, it's a poor ball from Balde from the back end. Celtic have to have better use of the ball. Look, this is the kind of situation where they miss Johan Mjalby so much.
Upcoming matches, well, they don't come much bigger than the UEFA Cup tie, the Battle of Britain. Celtic against Blackburn, Thursday night, Halloween. Be with us from 8 o'clock. First of two legs. The UEFA Cup thriller.
Scott Walker here, just tumbling Chris Sutton. Certainly a free kick.
Neil Lennon's free kick into Chris Sutton. Now Paul Lambert. It came off Karnebek and back to Sutton. And that's great work by Barry Nicholson. Nipped the ball off Sutton's toes. Brewster to Crawford. And back with Bullen. Solid stuff from Dunfermline. Hearts contributed to their own downfall in the first half at Tynecastle last Sunday, and Dunfermline looking very keen to avoid those sort of mistakes.
They keep possession of the ball, that's so important, and Crawford and Brewster are playing a big part in that. When they've got the ball, they're very, very comfortable. They take their time, they keep possession and play the simple pass.
Scott Thompson. Crawford, Bullen, and quickly infield for Nicholson. There's a real fluency about Dunfermline here. Until then, must have hurt me. Stevie Crawford loses it. And it's Stilian Petrov on the counter, with Sutton and Larsson up ahead. It's Henrik Larsson! It's 1-0! Just when it looked as if Celtic were suffering, they hit the front.
I'll be so disappointed, but great play from Henrik Larsson. Just that yard of space, caught Dunfermline on the break. Scott Thompson the way forward, Petrov picking up the ball from Crawford, playing it through to Larsson. That's a great finish.
11 goals in his last 5 games for Celtic. That's phenomenal, and that makes it 12. He scored twice against Dunfermline in the opening day, and another one as the championship contenders, the defending champions, ahead at East End Park. Chick Jimmy Calderwood will be absolutely gutted about that goal, Dunfermline having played so well.
Yeah, I think that his reaction has told the story, Rob, but Dunfermline doing really well, Gus, and you were just saying to me, don't tempt fate and go ahead at Larsson.
That man again, but I think we've been caught in the midfield. They've won the ball, and we didn't have a midfield player sitting in the right and top of our back three, and that was cost us dearly.
I've been trying to interpret these messages from Jimmy Calderwood. I think he was wanting the midfield to get a bit tighter.
I think he was wanting somebody to just sit there, because I think Scott Thompson went forward and then it broke to Barry Nicholson and he got caught and they were right on top of us.
Thanks, Gus.
That's Gus McPherson, injured and on the sidelines for Dunfermline this afternoon. And he, like all the Dunfermline supporters here, so disappointed at the way things have turned.
It'll be interesting now to see the reaction of the Dunfermline team. Jimmy Calderwood, he'll be fine, he'll be controlled. It's his players now, they've got to make sure they keep the confidence, have belief in themselves and try and get back in the match. And Stevie Crawford will be really disappointed. He's the one that gave the ball away, and they were certainly very exposed.
So suddenly Celtic in the driving seat. O'Haran to Sutton. In for Larsson. Petrov's cross comes cannoning back off Scott Wilson, who shut him down quickly. Agat trying to flick it on for Lennon. Crowd trouble, and the police getting themselves involved. Back on the pitch, Neil Lennon. Celtic now looking a lot more comfortable after that opening goal. Lee Bullen. O'Haran won the header, but it drops for Barry Nicholson. And he's disappointed with his pass as he tried to release Stevie Crawford.
It's a poor pass from Barry Nicholson. Crawford's very quick, but not quick enough to pick up that one.
3-0 Rangers. 3 Dutchmen the scorers. Michael Moles with 2, Ronald de Boer with 1. And Rangers on easy street already. They haven't conceded a league goal at Ibrox this season. And they've scored plenty. Another 3 already this Sunday afternoon. Rangers 3 up, Celtic 1 up. And Henrik Larsson's 18th goal of the season. Karnevik showed too much of that to Agat, and he might pay for it. And And Scott Walker felt he had to hold up the progress of Agat and concede the foul.
Good play from Didier Agat. Scott Walker certainly knocking him off the ball and giving away the free kick.
Chris Sutton holding off Scott Walker. Couldn't quite squeeze the pass through to Thompson. Skerla's clearance up to Crawford. But he's been put under all sorts of pressure by Willie Larsson. That's good play. "26 times capped for Denmark's under-21s. Larsson, the former Hibs defender, still hasn't made the breakthrough to the senior Danish side, but there's plenty of competition to get into that setup, as we saw when they played Scotland recently. It was Bowen, good jump, and that's well played by Craig Brewster. An awkward ball, and he did well to get control, and immediately wants it again. Tried to play a 1-2 with Bullen, didn't quite come off that time. Boba Balde, the middleman, in the Celtic back three. Alan Thompson finds Henrik Larsson's head. Van Filmen allowing the ball to bounce. Could be dangerous for them. Larsson threatening again. Lambert to Agat. Terrific pace and power from Agat. And so close to number 2 from Alan Thompson. Rautenbeck got himself in the way of it. Free kick given against Brewster.
Great play here from Didier Agat. He's certainly got the beating of the left wing back there, and a great ball across goal. Alan Thompson was going wide anyway. The Rautenbeck certainly got a touch there. His weaker foot is his right foot.
Scored twice in 5 starts this season, Thompson. And not far away from the 3rd goal. Again, the man of the match numbers. You can take part by telephone or text. Motherwell 1, Livingston 5, Hearts 1, Dundee 2, Dundee United 1, Partick Thistle 1 yesterday. Today, as far as the top of the table goes, Rangers 3, Kilmarnock 0, and Dunfermline 0, Celtic 1. Henrik Larsson's tally up to 18 for the season. Alan Thompson shot! 2-0! An absolute cracker from Thompson, and Rautenbeck barely saw it.
That's fabulous. Alan Thompson, we've seen his right foot, wasn't very good, but what a left foot, what a drive that is. Connected exceptionally well, foot right through the ball. Great pace, power in the shot. Ends up in the back of the net.
I think he got his fingertips to it, Marco Rautenbeck. But there was no way he was going to keep this out off the outside of Thompson's left foot. And it was always heading into that far corner. 2-0 Celtic. Goal scorer Thompson. The other Thompson, Scott Thompson of Dunfermline. Well, that's the wonder of Celtic, isn't it? For 20-odd minutes, they were under the cosh. Dunfermline were hustling in the midfield, creating chances, and suddenly, bang, bang, 2-0.
It's all about quality, and Henrik Larsson's got that in abundance, and you've seen him make a goal, and Alan Thompson is in the same situation. You pay lots of money for players, you pay them lots of wages, and that's the reason why. When they produce, it's all worthwhile.
Wonder strike from Thompson, and there he is doing the tough stuff in the midfield as well. Foul against him. It's that classic dilemma for Jimmy Calderwood and Dunfermline. Does he try to limit the further damage from Celtic, or does he have a go and try and get the goal back in the belief that Dunfermline can salvage something from this?
The next goal will certainly be very important, and Jimmy Calderwood, you're right, he's got a big decision to make. He says play the same way and sit back and try to deny them space, or does he open up a little bit and expose the back three?
Scott Wilson to Scott Walker. Plays the ball inside Valhalla. He was quick enough, and Stevie Crawford gave it up. He's on a hot streak, Crawford. Not just the streaks in his hair, but he's on a hot scoring streak with 10 for Dunfermline this season, 2 for Scotland. Chris Sutton, Henrik Larsson. Tried to roll it for Lambert. Celtic now winning the battles all over the pitch. Dunfermline having had the upper hand early on. Lambert picking out Agat's run in field. Can't keep it though. And Gary Dempsey for Dunfermline. To Lee Bullen. (4-0) Rangers at Ibrox against Kilmarnock. Barry Ferguson, the captain, has weighed in with number 4. 2 for Moles, 1 for De Boer, 1 for Ferguson. 4-0. I wonder how much more damage they will inflict in that match against Jim Jeffries' team. 2 here for Celtic so far at East End Park. Larsson and Thompson the scorers. And they look to have an appetite for more. The reverse pass from Larsson. It's well played by Scott Thompson, closing out the threat of Petrov that time. Dempsey's pass to Bullen. And Lee Bullen made that pretty obvious what his intentions were there, and he was brushed aside.
The film are now giving the ball away so cheaply. You have to keep possession, start to make passes again, and try to build the confidence back up.
2 goals in 7 minutes, changing the whole complexion here at East End Park. On 24 minutes it was Larsson, and on 31 Alan Thompson. And Celtic very much in the box seat. Let's get the Dunfermline viewpoint from Gus McPherson, who's with Chick.
Certainly give you the Jimmy Calderwood version. First of all, Rob, he's really echoing what Sandy just said. He's angry at his players giving the ball away too cheaply. Listen, if we didn't get the penalty back into this at this stage, what goes through your mind when you're 2-0 down to Celtic in the park there, the player?
It's very difficult because, especially when you play the Old Firm, that once they get that goal ahead, they all want the ball and they're very confident, and it's very difficult.
Jimmy Calderwood, I think, just telling his players not to give the ball away so cheaply.
Yeah, we'll try to get tight to him as well when they've got the ball and try and make it very hard for them, but it's difficult, as everybody knows.
Yeah, I think down here, Rob, Jimmy Calderwood missed that line great at the moment.
Yeah, the 2 Jimmies scratching their heads there, Calderwood and Nicol. Celtic with a free kick. Boba Baldi up to the edge of the area. Played in by Thompson to Sutton. Larsson's there, Baldi as well, and Chris Sutton. Baldi with a fresh air shot in the end as Dunfermline took desperate measures to get the ball away. Ulrich Larsson did well to win that aerial tussle, although free kick was given against him and Brewster hurt.
I thought it was a 50-50. I've got to say that 2 players, 2 big guys going for the ball. Yeah, I don't think that's a free kick. In fact, I think that's a throw-in.
Diggy McDonald was indicating a free kick, but I think that's just about right. Carnabeck plays the 1-2 with Dempsey. And there's a good challenge from Paul Lambert to win possession in a crucial area. as Dempsey was trying to line himself up for a shot. Larson for Sutton, chance for number 3. Terrific chance for number 3.
It should have been. Chris Sutton will be so disappointed. Great play again from Celtic. The difference now, they're winning every 50-50 challenge, and what a great ball from Henrik Larsson. Great run from Sutton, keeping himself on side, and really he's got to hit the target. He'll be so disappointed.
Chris Sutton warming up for the UEFA Cup meeting with his old team, Blackburn Rovers, and he would love to have stuck that one in the corner, and most people's money would have been on that happening against Marco Rottenbeck. 8 goals this season. Chris Sutton scored the opener at Tynecastle last Sunday after just 3 minutes. Larson and Sutton, York and Cole will be intriguing stuff on Thursday night. All sorts of battles around the pitch. Larson leaves it to Sutton. It's intended for Petrov. Watched all the way by Scott Thompson. Larson again, so menacing. Thompson, Lennon, Larson. On Thompson again. Lennon's cross, and Scott Wilson was there. In fact, it was Scott Walker. Nearly 41 minutes played at East End Park. Dunfermline 0, Celtic 2. And if you've just joined us, Henrik Larsson's 18th goal of the season, followed by Alan Thompson. A little nudge by Thompson and Bullen when the ball was in the air. Free kick. Nicholson. Bullen flicks it in, hopefully towards Brewster. But it's all fizzled out, hasn't it, for Dunfermline? Latterly after such a great start.
It has, there's no question. Now, I've got to say, we mentioned Craig Brewster early in the game, back to goal, how well he holds the ball up. A real professional like that's Chris Sutton. He won a free kick there, and I tell you, he's been immense. Facing his own goal, taking the ball in, that he's going to do right now, he's been absolutely brilliant at it.
Loses out for once to Scott Walker. Must have heard you.
It's called Sod's Law.
He was a contender for man of the match last weekend. Chris Sutton. The award went to Paul Lambert, but Sutton really is in prime form. He seems to be injury-free at the moment. Injuries dogged him at times in his Celtic career, but he's in a rich vein of form, and he and Larsson looking very strong up front.
I think they've got to be. They've got the threat of John Hartson sitting on the bench. If they go off the boil, he'll take their place.
Carnabeck's cross off the head of Bobo Baldi. Corner kick for Dunfermline. You think back to Jonathan Gould's save from Gary Dempsey early on in the match, and we wondered at the time how important that might be from Gould, and it certainly turned out to be a possible turning point. Nicholson's corner kick. Bullen was there, but not before Larsson. Dunfermline would love to think they could pull a goal back before the half-time interval. Here's Gary Dempsey. Loses the ball and loses the throw to Celtic. Lee Bullen up to the edge of the penalty box alongside Craig Brewster. Baldy dominating at the back for Celtic. He's had a very good first half. Thompson. Lambert diverting it on for a Gats. Kornebek flung himself into the challenge. Inside the 45th minute, and one more to go after that. That was well won by Scott Walker. Gets it back from Lee Bullen. And a corner kick. Walker gets his reward. And Dunfermline throwing bodies forward into the box. And what might be their last chance of the first half to get some joy. Nicholson's delivery. Laverson's clearance. Yep, I think they're ready for the half-time team talk.
Yep, they need that now, but Celtic, to their credit, they're working so hard, they're putting Dunfermline under a lot of pressure now. No easy passes for them.
And Scott Thompson, he's an important figure for Dunfermline if they're to battle their way back in. He gives up nothing. And they can't afford to give it up at this stage, because if they lose heart, Celtic will pull them to pieces. Good news for Kilmarnock, well, better news maybe for Kilmarnock, because it's been grim so far. Steve Fulton has pulled a goal back for them at Ibrox, but it's still 4-1 Rangers. Last action surely of the first half this. Walker's free kick. And a first half of two halves at Dunfermline. The home team were so good in the opening stages, but how many times has Henrik Larsson changed the script? He ripped it up and started again.
For him, and Dunfermline done that. They got right.
Going to put the ball was very difficult, you know, and just the calmness. Henrik's put it in the ball corner of the net, but great finish, and Alan Thompson was another great finish as well.
Expect Celtic to add goals in the second half.
Well, we got to. That's what we want to see.
Thanks, Tommy.
Just as well we weren't covering Celtic in the CIS Cup during the week. Tommy Boyd played in that one. What would he have done for a half-time interview? Dunfermline against Celtic underway in the second half. The home team 2 down. Will it get worse for them? It's Walker stretching for the header. Sutton didn't catch the shot. Margaret comes to collect. Baldy's header, worked on by Petrov for a Gart. Kornebek launches it downfield. The Celtic fans happy to see Scott Wilson again. He was sent off, Scott Wilson, in his first match against Celtic. It was for Rangers, obviously, in the 5-1 defeat. Sutton for Larsson. Scott Walker holds his arms wide in innocence. What me? Surely not.
Yeah, it's certainly a free kick. Scott Walker catches Larsson. You can see there, it's not deliberate, but he certainly catches him. He's got no complaints. But again, we see the link up between Sutton and Larsson there. It's so good. We've got such a good understanding now.
Certainly not out of range for either Stilian Petrov or Alan Thompson. It's Thompson, and it's held. The second attempt by the Dunfermline keeper, Rautenbeck.
It's a good shot. Most important thing, hit the target, make the goalkeeper save it. Petrov over the ball in a decent effort. But Rutenbeck had certainly got his positioning right.
There's Brewster. Larson's pass intercepted by Nicholson. Not too much happening up ahead of Scott Wilson, so back it went. Baldy launching himself at it. Brewster had no chance. Agats. Carnabeck did well enough. Out by Gary Dempsey, and he was helped out by the break of the ball, which took that back to his goalkeeper. If you've just switched on, Rangers 4 come on at 1 at Ibrox. Rangers losing their first Premier League goal at Ibrox this season, but they have scored 4, 2 of them for Michael Moles and 2 for Celtic here at East End Park. Larson and Thompson. Aberdeen 0, Hibs 0 is the latest at Pittodrie. Lots of chances and some good play in that match, but still no goals. Crawford squeezed out by Valharan. Carnabeck's throw, headed away by Valharan, only as far as Barry Nicholson, and he couldn't keep the shot down. He scored from those sort of positions before, not that time.
The ball wouldn't drop for him. It took an eternity to drop. It bounces here and it just won't fall for him, so he's going to take it just that little bit early. That's the reason it's well over the crossbar.
Stilian Petrov as well was flinging himself in front of Nicholson to lessen the chance of the former Rangers player hitting the target. Celtic may be too up in a strong position, but still working so hard in all areas of the pitch. Alan Thompson up and down the left side, Neil Lennon buzzing around the midfield, and Martin O'Neill insists on that.
That's why they're such a good team, and that's why they're so difficult to beat. They work so hard for each other, and the manager certainly gets them motivated. There's no question. I like that real good ability throughout the team as well.
Launched in by Thompson and away by Baldy. Thompson under a Skirla's head. Stevie Crawford and Scott Thompson. Good informed skipper. Dolphical at a shank.
Well, that's once or twice he's mistimed his delivery forward. Certainly not under any pressure that time. You would expect just a little bit more quality from him.
Thompson trying to spark something for Dunfermline. Crawford's header, away by Willie Larson. Great touch from Henrik Larsson for Stilian Petrov, who fires it into the feet of Chris Sutton. There's the way off intercepted. Celtic fans reckon it was a hand in the way. Marco Rutenbeck taking liberties, taking big chances against Chris Sutton.
You just don't do that. Chris Sutton pressurised him right away, and really, there's no way you take that chance. Jimmy Collier will not be happy with that at all.
And another hefty challenge on Sutton, another free kick. But what was Marco Rutenbeck thinking about here?
Trying to be far too smart. Chris Sutton wise enough to recognise what he was trying to do and put him under pressure. Won the throw in, which eventually wins the free kick.
That's what gives managers seizures on the touchline. Lennon's free kick, and straight through to the keeper. Good throw out to Crawford. Carnabeck to Nicholson. Good play from Lee Bullen. Well, that runs away from Danny Dempsey. Unlucky. Promising player this though, Sandy.
Dempsey's a good player. Jimmy Culver paid some money for him from Ireland. He certainly played very, very well in his early part of his career at Dunfermline.
What Dunfermline don't want to start doing is making basic mistakes.
They can't keep the ball now. They can't get the combination of passes going that they managed to achieve in the early part of the game. That's down to maybe the lack of confidence now, and also the fact that Celtic are working so hard.
Scott Wilson clearly enjoying the banter with the Celtic fans. Or something. Gats. Slipped as he tried to turn inside under Carnabeck. Lambert from Allen, got that away just in time to Larson. And Larson. Petrov. No one there. And given away by Carnabeck. Unfortunate that Larson couldn't get control of the ball. I wonder if Carnabeck's game might be over before too much longer.
And a quick look at the Fairman subs, and I see Chris McGroty is there. For me, he's a much better player than Carnabeck. Apart from that, he's Scottish.
The Dutchman again, Carnabeck. We haven't heard from Chick for a while.
Yeah, this time last week at Steve Boyack beside me at the Hearts game, Robin. He abandoned me after 2 goals. Gus McPherson's weathering the storm. The thing is, up in Fairmont, weathering the storm, Gus.
It looks like it's now, early part of the second half, but we must get the next goal if we're going to make a game of this.
I don't think we're interjecting at half time at the back of the Gus.
Nicholson's cross off Baldy, corner kick for Dunfermline. They need a goal.
Good defending from Bobo Baldy eventually. Barry Nicholson picking up the loose ball. Well, it's a poor cross onto the box, but Bobo Baldy getting the right position to knock it out for the corner kick.
He's had a good game, Baldy.
Yes.
Sometimes guilty of lapses in concentration. Six to aim at for Barry Nicholson. Thompson lofts it in. Out comes Jonathan Gould. He hasn't got it. And Dunfermline have a goal back. Craig Brewster. 10 minutes into the second half. Just what the Pars wanted.
Brilliant from Dunfermline's point of view. It's a corner kick knocked in. Managing to pick up the loose ball, knocked it back in. Good ball in. And Craig Brewster getting there first. Jonathan Gould will be disappointed. He didn't really come with any real commitment to take the ball out. Either go all the way or don't go at all. And it really was a little bit hesitant there. Brewster got there first and knocked into the empty net.
Yeah, no great conviction there from Jonathan Gould. Didn't really get near it. Craig Brewster did, and flicks in his 6th goal of the season. 2-1. Here's Petrov. Tremendous burst into the box from the Bulgarian. Almost an instant response from Celtic.
It was good run from Petrov. Scott Thompson matching the run. Scott Wilson also with him here. He's in between both. Yeah, I don't think it's a penalty kick. I think the referee got that one spot on. Certainly a little bit of contact, but not deliberate.
Spot on. Alan Thompson with the free kick. Chris Sutton with the header. And it bounces harmlessly behind for the goal kick. Well, wonder if it's game on, Chick.
Yeah, guys, so I think we were rudely interrupted there by that goal, but you were saying we needed to score next. You think there's another goal in them?
We've got the next goal, so we've given ourselves something to play for. We're right back in the game now.
Free kick given against Chris Sutton. I'm not quite sure what for. Maybe just for being there.
I think Chris a little bit confused as well. I didn't see much in this one at all. There may have been a click somewhere, but it's certainly not deliberate.
Give him a dirty look, I think. Chris Sutton hasn't been booked in the Premier League this season. It's a statistic worth knowing about. Certainly surprised me. He's not a dirty player, Chris Sutton, really, as he's hard as nails.
I think he's an excellent footballer. He's very, very competitive. He's a big lad. He uses his body strength, and he's a very intelligent, bright player as well. He's sometimes forgetting that. The fact that he doesn't get booked now, I think he stays away from any controversial incidents altogether.
A bright centre forward. Know anyone?
Just know one or two.
That was Thompson, Nicholson, and Lennon. Dunfermline's performance noticeably lifted by the goal back.
We keep talking about confidence, and confidence comes from scoring goals. Dunfermline played very well at the start of the match, couldn't score. Now they'll get the goal back. It'll be really interesting to see how the next 25-30 minutes or so develops.
Nicholson in for Bullen. Thompson was there though. Forward from Lennon. Skirler got his head to it. And Scott Thompson remains calm on the ball. But it's not quite the distribution he was looking for. Carnabeck playing Scott Wilson into a pressure situation. And now trying to make up for it. Agat in beyond Larson. Misfielded by Bullen. Thompson's cross. And did that take a touch off the head of Andrew Carnabeck? Yes, it did. Corner. He's looking tired, isn't he?
He looks very vulnerable in that left wing back area. There's no question about that. His use of the ball is poor, and it's probably because he hasn't played a lot of games this season. And I think Jimmy Collar would. I'd be very surprised if he doesn't recognise that.
When Alan Thompson looks up, he'll see Baldy and Larison and Sutton and Valhaven all waiting. But it was Scott Walker there first. And gets it back from Stevie Crawford. That's off Valhaven. Didn't get the ball clear. And has a second chance to do so. It's out, but at least it's away. That's good play from Barry Nicholson. Digging in. And there's an urgency at the moment about Dunfermline. And Craig Brewster leading by example. Here he is, the goal scorer. Baldy towering above Dempsey. No contest.
He's so powerful there, Bobo Baldy. And he's got to be today because Dunfermline are certainly putting him under pressure. The last 5 minutes would be good from Dunfermline's point of view. They're starting to win their share of 50-50s now.
In from Scott Thompson, and Lee Bullen got his head to it. Couldn't hit the target, but it was a useful run into the box from Bullen.
It's a good effort again. Certainly attacked the ball very well. Larson, second two at that time, and just off target.
Forward from Dempsey, but it runs away from Crawford. Stevie Crawford saying, I wanted that played into my feet.
Yep. Right, the rinse in the hair.
Bit too late for you, I'm afraid. Neil Lennon is on the ground in the middle of the pitch.
He took a head knock. It was a head knock with, I'm sure it was Craig Brewster just a few minutes ago. He certainly come off second best. We'll see here is Brewster and Neil Lennon, 50-50. Craig leading with his elbow. I think it's only for balance more than anything else.
He does put himself about, Craig Brewster. Martin O'Neill with his thoughts firmly on this one at the moment, but after it's over at East End Park, he will then start planning for Celtic against Blackburn in the UEFA Cup. You can see it live on BBC One Scotland Thursday night, and it's a 8:05 kickoff. Don't miss it. Promises to be a big one. First leg at Celtic Park, second leg at Ewood Park, and that's on the 14th of November. Another match you'll see live on the BBC. Don't say we're not good to you. Brewster's flick releases Crawford. Good defending from Valharan. Thompson's pass, Nicholson, deft touch for Brewster! And it was spilled by Jonathan Gould.
It's good play from the Fairman, attacking wise again. Jonathan Gould having to get both hands to the ball. Great flick on. Brewster again, right foot on target. Jonathan Gould recovering well.
Dunfermline putting Celtic under a bit of pressure, as they did early in the first half. Larsson hits the deck after a challenge from Skerla. No free kick. Still not looking too happy with himself, Henrik Larsson, so Lee Bullen turns the ball out of play. He took a knock on the cheek, the jaw.
I don't think there's much in it. It's a 50-50 ball. They're both fighting, trying to get there. Henrik certainly come off second best that time, but I don't think it was deliberate. I think the referee's right to play on.
Yeah, well, the substitution you can see about to be made. It's been we talked about it 5 minutes ago. Sandy Clark's tipped it right. It's McGrotty will be coming on, and Kevin Beatley's coming off.
Yep, end of the match for Dutchman Kornebek, his first game of the season, and he's found it increasingly tough against Didier Agat. And Chris McGrotty on the pitch, who's obviously had a recent altercation with the barber.
Must be something to do with being young, Rob.
Well, that's good thrusting play from Barry Nicholson, and he was fouled by Neil Lennon.
No question, it's a free kick, but Dunfermline now they're starting to win more 50-50s. Brewster with Pablo Valde there, a little tangle of legs. But two big guys, no hassle there at all. Barry Nicholson winning the free kick.
Yellow card for Henrik Larsson. Not too often you find yourself saying that.
Obviously for dissent.
No more Mr. Nice Guy. Thompson's free kick, and that's a waste.
That's poor. Jimmy Caldwell will be raging in that one. They're starting to put Celtic under a little bit of pressure. Look as if there's a possibility to get the equaliser, and really that takes the pressure right off the defenders.
It's good play from Scott Walker. Good reading of the game. Breaks up the Celtic attack and sparks something from Dunfermline. In turn, it's good stuff from Thompson to deny Crawford. Larsson got away from Skerla, but he couldn't get away from Scott Wilson.
It's good play from Henrik Larsson, just his body strength. He's not going to be second best this time to Skerla. Got round him. It's Scott Wilson doing what he's supposed to do, covering up at the back.
Sutton and Thompson, long with the cross, and Agat couldn't keep it in. The sort of power on the cross that Alan Thompson had on the shot in the first half, which beat Routenbeck for 2-0. The complexion of the game has changed since then. And that goal in the second half from Brewster Gives Dunfermline some belief. They might just scrap their way to something here. Gats. It's a bit for McGrorty. It went through to Paul Lambert. He looked surprised to see the ball at his feet. If he got a good touch there, Lambert, might well have been in for 3-1.
Certainly a chance for the Gat to make life difficult for McGrorty just on the park.
Brewster having a great game. And involved again. He's everywhere, Brewster. Not quite sure that was what he intended. Stevie Crawford got there. And the Gap being put under pressure by McGrorty.
Dunfermline have certainly got lots of belief now, trying to press the game as often as they can and as quickly as they can.
5-1 Rangers at Ibrox. And Craig Moore with number 5. 2 for Moles, 1 for De Boer, 1 for Ferguson. And Steve Fulton scored for Kilmarnock. 5-1 there. 0-0 at Pittodrie, Aberdeen against Hibs. And 2-1 Celtic at East End Park. And check, is that Stephen Hampshire getting ready?
Yeah, it's going to be Stephen Hampshire who's coming on to the park, and I think it's Gary Dempsey who's going to be coming off.
Didier Gats having a run at Chris McGrorty. Into the feet of Sutton. It's well defended. Forward from Baldy. Away by Skerla. Thompson completes the clearance. Baldy under pressure from Crawford. Back with Chick.
Yeah, Rob, I think Gus has got an interesting suggestion as how Dunfermline might reform. This is a substitution about to be made just now, and the next time the ball goes out of play. How do you think they'll change?
It looks with the change that's going to get made that he might go to his old one, the 2-4-4, and really try and put Celtic under a bit of pressure now.
So the bugle being sounded from the Dunfermline dugout, Rob.
Yeah. Jimmy's going to go for it. I've said that before. Entertainment guaranteed at East End Park. There's always going to be goals. Just a question of which end. Larson's pass, not quite right for Didier Agat. Hibs are ahead at Pittodrie. Grant Brebner has scored the opening goal there. Now the substitution. Gary Dempsey off. And I think it may be Gary Mason who's come on. A late change of heart, I think, about the substitution, Sandy.
Yeah, I think so. No, it's Hampshire that's on.
It is Hampshire.
Yep. Yeah, certainly Hampshire. It was number 12 that was up on the fifth officials board.
Yeah. If somebody can tell the PA announcer Stephen Hampshire that's on. Larson. It's the break of the ball. And at that time. It's now 6-1. Rangers at Ibrox. Barry Ferguson scored a penalty. That's his second. And Rangers running riot at home to Kilmarnock, the league leaders, and strengthening their position at the top. Although Celtic have every intention of keeping the gap at just 1 point. Gould looked to be unsure of himself there with the ball at his feet before finally clearing. A little bit of hesitation.
Dunfermline were putting him under so much pressure. Stevie Crawford had absolutely no chance of getting that ball there, but was willing to put the effort in to get there, to put Gould under pressure, and it certainly worked.
Dunfermline really want to make Celtic work for the points here. They've put a lot of effort into the second half, but they need to maintain the industry right to the end.
They've got to keep it going. Stevie Hampson, it'll be interesting to see where he plays. He's playing right in the middle of the park at the moment. But it'll be interesting if he's going to make it a front three and play just off the front two.
Yeah, he's just playing where Gary Dempsey was playing at the moment, in that central midfield area alongside Barry Nicholson. Paul Lambert surging onto the loose ball. Well defended by Scott Wilson, then he gave it away. Agat, Sutton, Lennon. And Petrov. Plenty numbers up for Celtic. If they can open up the Dunfermline defence. Alan Thompson. Leaves it to Henrik Larsson. That was intended for Petrov and it finds its way through. It's a blunder in defence by Dunfermline, which hands Celtic goal number 3. And they might be home and dry now.
That's the decisive one. Henrik Larsson plays such a vital part here, holding the ball up, taking his time. Scott Thompson's a very, very poor first touch. And Stalin Petrov, so composed, holds on to the ball, takes his time, and wrong foots the goalkeeper. Good finish, very, very important goal.
He's such a solid citizen normally for Dunfermline, Scott Thompson. He very rarely makes basic mistakes like that. But that's got to go down as a major error from him. And you don't let in Stilian Petrov on goal because there will only be one outcome.
It's a marvellous finish, great composure from Petrov, but Larsson plays such an important part, as they said there. Just the experience to hold on to the ball, don't play the pass when it's not on, and eventually got the breakthrough.
That's a 4th goal of the season for Stilian Petrov. He is such a productive player in midfield. He gives you the range of passing, pace, movement, and he gives you goals. And that makes him a prize asset for Celtic, and it remains to be seen if they'll be able to hold on to him. Dunfermline in trouble again. Thompson drives it in, not far away. Deflected on its way out.
Good play from Alan Thompson again there, picked up that loose ball coming out and fired a decent ball across the goalkeeper across the 6-yard box, just asking to get tapped in.
John Hartson is about to come on for Celtic. Martin O'Neill must feel that this match is pretty much won now, but I wouldn't mind another goal just to put things out of sight. And Dunfermline devastated by that goal from Petrov, having put so much into the second half.
It was so important the goal, wasn't it? Dunfermline certainly had managed to turn the tide. There's a substitution. You see Larsson here is exceptional, just the way he holds on to the ball. Don't be silly, don't give it away. And Petrov picked up very quickly on the mistake from Scott Thompson and sent the goalkeeper the wrong way. Happy manager.
Yeah, I like that one. John Hartson off the bench and into action. Paul Lambert off. And the promise of more goals to come from Celtic. And that means Henrik Larsson's wearing the captain's armband with Lambert off. Still 15 minutes for Celtic to do more damage. 6 goals for Rangers at Ibrox. 3 goals already for Celtic at Dunfermline. Alan Thompson's pass deflected into the box, and John Hartson almost there. He thought there was a corner kick.
That's got to be a corner kick. Thompson, good ball in, took a deflection there, and it's off the goalkeeper. Certainly a mistake from the referee's point of view. But you wouldn't bet against John Hartson getting a goal in the last part of this game. He'll be desperate to keep pressure on the two that are starting the games, and he's more than capable.
He's torn between his love affair with Celtic and his desire to play regular first-team football. It's difficult for him. A key part of Mark Hughes' Welsh international side. He's the first pick there at the moment, but needs more top-team action. Pleasant problem for Martin O'Neill, having to pick between Larsson and Sutton and Hartson and Maloney and Fernandez. Stephen Hampshire can't find Brewster with the pass. And that goal from Petrov, you would imagine, has made all the difference for Celtic, and the big surprise now if Dunfermline came back.
You look at Dunfermline now, you know, there's things right out of their game completely. They've lost that drive, determination they had to get back in the game, and it's only because of the goal. It was so important.
They started the first half so well, and the second period equally impressively Dunfermline. They got the goal back from Craig Brewster. He was looking promising at that stage. But now Celtic reopen that two-goal advantage. John Hartson holds off Scott Wilson. And a free kick. Last chance for man of the match, 0910 225. 07736 on text, 600 600. Thompson shot, saved by Rautenbeck this time. Badge of power, pretty much straight at the keeper. Good control from Craig Brewster, but it was his arm.
You're not allowed to do that.
You obviously haven't played the BBC team. That's Bullen. Hampshire couldn't get a touch. And now Larsson. Hartson with Larsson on the outside. John Hartson fancies it himself. And Rautenbeck saved his efforts.
It's a good effort from John Hartson, but he really should have picked out Larsson there. It's a great ball in, and Larsson's made a marvellous overlapping run. Just play him in now, and he's through, and he would have finished the game.
Valharan. Hartson. In from Sutton. And Lee Bullen backheels it to Rautenbeck. He lost it momentarily under his feet. "80 minutes played at East End Park. Dunfermline 1, Celtic 3. Larsson and Thompson in the first half, and Petrov in the second half after Brewster had given Dunfermline some hope. Here he is again. Thompson to McGrorty. And Scott Thompson there again to help out. Harry Nicholson. Held up by Brewster. Offside. They saw plenty of the ball there, Dunfermline, Sandy, but they weren't really able to do much with it.
That's right, Celtic are working hard to get back behind the ball, and Lee Bullen just a little bit too early moving there. I mean, in saying that, is very unfortunate. When the ball was played, I think he was still onside.
John Hartson making a nuisance of himself to Scott Walker.
So determined, John Hartson. He wants his starting place in this team. Is he happy?
Looks like he's biting his nails, surely not. 3-1 up with just 8 minutes of regulation time left. a draw with Rangers and defeat at Fir Park, the only blots in the landscape in the league so far this season for Team O'Neill. But still trailing Rangers by a point. Nicholson's pass from McGroarty. Good running from the wing-back. And a corner kick. Jonathan Gould doesn't rate the decision.
Certainly doesn't agree. I think that's 2 in a row that the linesman may get wrong. But the film, to their credit, they're working away. McGroarty getting there. A gap determined as ever. Yeah, it's very close.
I don't think that was out. Here's the corner kick for Dunfermline. Larson flicked it away. Stephen Hampshire. And again it was Larson there to block the cross. Thompson to Larson with Petrov. And Chris Sutton. Could it be 4? You know, it just could. 4-1 Celtic. 7 minutes left.
It's a brilliant goal from Celtic. Corner kick to Dunfermline, managed to clear it away. Stan Petrov, magnificent run forward. First of all, picked up the loose ball, picked out Chris Sutton, played just off the front now. Great run forward, and that's different class. Don't panic. Round the goalkeeper, tap in.
Just time to light the cigar before he tapped this one in. Chris Sutton for his 9th goal of the season. Scored at Tynecastle last Sunday. The first one, and that may well be the last one at Dunfermline this Sunday. Although still plenty time for more goals. So the Old Firm so far this Sunday, 10 goals between them. And if you've got any doubts about the gulf between the Old Firm and the rest, those simple statistics tell all. Celtic about to make a double switch. They can certainly afford to. Sean Maloney and Momo Sila are the 2 players to come on. Chris McGroarty making a good run. In goes Craig Brewster, but Baldy judged it well.
It's good defending from Celtic. When they're under pressure, they do defend very, very well. They'll be disappointed in losing the goal today. It's really been the only blemish.
And enough said about that by Scott Wilson. Jimmy Calderwood hangs his head. He's been through it before against the Old Firm. And Celtic will bring on Sean Maloney for Stilian Petrov, who scored goal number 3. And Didier Agat gives way to allow Momo Sila to get 6 or 7 minutes of action right at the end. And I think the management team liked his contribution.
He's played well today. Pleased to see Momo Sila on the pitch.
First touch for Sila. Great touch from Alan Thompson. And a delicate little ball in. Scott Walker hits the ball behind, corner kick.
That's great skill from Alan Thompson. On the move, little flick, well in control, winning the corner kick.
Taken quickly. Sean Maloney's cross. Headed away by Craig Brewster. Collected by Sila. Ulrich Larsson. Henrik Larsson wants it. Flighted towards him, but Walker in the way. Sutton pulling the strings in midfield at the moment. Maloney to Sila. Off McGroarty. Doesn't go behind. Man of the match, Sandy?
An easy one for me today. Chris Sutton, he's played well, but he's played well all season. and actually, believe it or not, picked him before he scored that 4th goal there. And there's certainly been a few good players today, but Sutton, for me, he's been so professional. Back to goal, we mentioned how good he's been, and he's rounded it all off with that goal, so he's my Bank of Scotland man of the match.
He could have been man of the match last Sunday. He's been in outstanding form, really, right from the start this season, and gets the bottle of champagne this Sunday. McGroarty, Crawford, back from Brewster, and nice little build-up from Dunfermline, but not a shot that was likely to beat Gould.
Good play though. You can see why Dunfermline are third top of the league. They've played well today, and certainly in long spells of the match, and that's a decent effort, Stevie Crawford.
But I was speaking about the gulf Sunday between the Old Firm and the rest, and 10 Old Firm goals on a Sunday afternoon, quite incredible.
It's incredible. There's such a big margin between those two and the rest, and the fact that they're competing so competitively, if that's the right way of putting it, at the top end of the league, means that they keep going all the time.
Dunfermline still, though, the best of the rest in the Premier League. They hold 3rd place. And obviously for Dunfermline the chance to get back into European competition if they can maintain this form throughout the season. Next weekend, of course, it's Hibs against Hearts. The Edinburgh Derby, 2nd of the season. If it's anything like the first one, it won't be dull. It's next Sunday afternoon. This Sunday afternoon, Celtic well on top at Dunfermline. They haven't given up the title, not by a long shot. And the battle between Celtic and Rangers for the championship might go right to the wire. Certainly promises to go that way. Larsson, good shot. And John Hartson! Foiled by the inside of the post. You can't get any closer than that to scoring.
So unfortunate, John Hartson.
Ball still not out. Hartson might try again. Chris Sutton, he looks comfortable all over the pitch. Play him up front, play him in midfield, play him at the back. I wonder if he plays in goals.
He looks so fit. He's been running for 90 minutes, or 89 so far.
I hate to agree with your man of the match nomination, but that won't catch on.
That'll make a change.
And Dunfermline playing with the sort of body language now that tells you they know that the outcome is over, and all that can happen, I think, here is that Celtic can score again. They're on the hunt for more goals with Silla, Larsson, Sean Maloney. Silla, not far away. That moved a long way in the air.
So close. Momo Silla very comfortable, right or left foot. Tons of player there, lots of bend in the ball, and just didn't come round enough.
Remember, he scored a memorable goal for your former employers against Rangers at McDermott.
Remember it well.
I think you were doing a Martin O'Neill on the touchline at the time, weren't you?
I can't jump that high.
Just takes you longer to come back down. It's all over at Ibrox. Rangers 6, Kilmarnock 1. 2 for Ferguson, 2 for Moles, De Boer and Moore. The goal scorers, Fulton for Kilmarnock. Rangers will be disappointed to have lost a league goal at Ibrox. First time it's happened this season, but I think 6 at the other end tells you something about their superiority in that match. And in the end, Celtic are strolling it here at East End Park as well. Dunfermline have at times made it difficult for them, but in the end, you can only look at that scoreline in the top corner of your screen, and 4-1 is pretty convincing. 4-1 last Sunday at Tynecastle, 4-1 at East End Park this weekend. It is consistency, and it's maintaining a high level of performance. Another 3 points, another 4 goals for Martin O'Neill's Celtic. And with Rangers winning in style at home to Kilmarnock, Celtic had to do it, and they did. 2-0 up at half-time. Craig Brewster's goal made it interesting in the second half. But Stilian Petrov scored goal number 3. That was important. That really put it beyond Dunfermline at that point. And it was man of the match, Chris Sutton, who weighed in with the 4th and final goal for Celtic. He scored the first one last Sunday, and that was the icing on the cake for Celtic as they limbered up for the UEFA Cup tie against Sutton's old team, Blackburn Rovers, on Thursday night. Another match you can see live on the BBC. Henrik Larsson scored his 18th goal of the season. 12 goals in his last 6 games for Larsson. Crisis, you've got to be kidding. Let's hear from the man of the match, Chris Sutton, who's the chick.
Chris, I'm sure you were perfectly happy with your own performance and that of the team this afternoon.
Yeah, it's a good win because Dunfermline have been playing well, so yeah, it's good to get 3 points. That's the main thing.
It was a convincing win. You wouldn't know this yet. Convincing win for Rangers. 6-1 they beat Kilmarnock at Ibrox, so it's going to be nip and tuck all the way, isn't it?
Well, we'll have to see. Rangers are a good side. We've always said that, and I can't see them dropping too many points. So you know, we'll have to pick up as many points as we can.
Allow me to be the first to turn your thoughts to a little game I'm sure you'll enjoy on Thursday at Blackburn. You'll relish going back to your old club, won't you?
Yeah, no, I had 5, really happy years there. That's a tremendous club, and that'll be a very, very tough game, having them just beating Arsenal. They've got some exceptional individual players, and we'll have to be on our guard to get a good result.
There's been a few changes, of course, in personnel since you were there, but you know the guys inside out.
Yeah, I mean, I think all the players here watch the Premiership down south, but you know they're an exceptional side, and they've got players who can really hurt you. And obviously they've got a good manager, so it'll be very tough for us. That performance today again with Celtic though gave a message to Blackburn that you're really in the mood as well. Yeah, I think we were a little bit sloppy at the start, but when you've got players like Henrik in the side who can turn a game, and Tomo scored a good goal, it was good to go in 2-0. We made it a little bit hard for us in the second half, but in the end we were convincing, I thought. What about this man Hartson? It must be difficult to keep him out of the team. Yeah, no, I mean, John's always been an exceptional player in the Premiership and has come up and has scored goals. And, I've always admired him as a player, and there's a lot of competition throughout all the teams, so it's going to be tough, for everybody. Great performance today, Chris. Bank of Scotland champion. What was yours? Thanks a lot. Thank you.
It could be a special evening. I mean, you look at the atmosphere, you look at the pictures, it's just absolutely sensational. The place is jumping. The Blackburn players won't have, had this sort of atmosphere in the Premiership. I mean, they go to Old Trafford, 67,000, same as this, but
not quite the same,
not
is it
quite
now?
The same atmosphere. And also, when you walk down that tunnel, it can be fear and trepidation for your players, and you'll find out after 90 minutes here just what you're made of.
Promises much. Well, it's only the second round of the UEFA Cup, but this is Scotland versus England. Your commentators for Celtic against Blackburn, Trevor Brooking and John Robson.
If we can make ourselves heard, that is, Gary. It may be Halloween, but there's nothing spooky about this atmosphere. It's full-on, fervent and frantic. Nearly 60,000 people inside the ground, and you won't find a noisier stadium anywhere in Europe this week. Probably not this year. It's passionate, it's partisan, and the teams are going to come out for the 25th meeting of English and Scottish clubs in European club competition. So far the score is 18 wins to England, 6 to Scotland. Celtic have played in 4 of those games but haven't beaten an English team in club competition since 1970, when they knocked Leeds out of the European Cup semi-final. And one thing we are looking forward to is the appearance on the touchline of Mr. Souness with the Rangers connection. But first off, it'll be a big welcome for the teams. Blackburn Rovers will play in red tonight in this first leg. And the German referee, Hermann Albrecht, just about to lead them out. And, well, just listen to this. 2,800 here from Blackburn. That was the allocation. But I'm afraid they're going to be drowned. This makes some of the English grounds seem like a library, Trevor.
Well, it's fantastic. I mean, must be fantastic to play for a Celtic player. But I tell you what, if I was a Blackburn player, I'd relish just the opportunity to play in this sort of atmosphere. He's got to lift them as well.
There's Chris Sutton, who knows his opponents only too well, having been a Blackburn player. And there's Tony Parks and Phil Bursma, but as yet, Graham Souness has not put in an appearance. Blackburn substitutes on their way out. Martin O'Neill, you've got a snatch of there. Let's have a look at the teams. Only 2 Scots in the Celtic starting lineup. Captain Paul Lambert, a former Champions Cup winner with Borussia Dortmund. Goalkeeper Rab Douglas, who might not have played had Magnus Hedman been fit. There are 2 Englishmen, Alan Thompson, number 8 of the lethal left foot, and Sutton, who, as I said, played for Blackburn, won a championship medal with them in 1995. Then it was the SAS, Sutton and Shearer. His partner now, Henrik Larsson, with this fantastic scoring record for Celtic. 175 goals in 221 appearances.
Well, that's the way they play, 3-5-2. Certainly Larsson and Sutton, excellent pairing. Petrov, very talented player, playing in just behind them. And to give the width, a lot of emphasis on Thompson and Agathe, really, to make sure they get forward to give the width on the home game.
Now, Blackburn, both Andy Cole and Damien Duff passed fitness tests after hamstring injuries. But Duff, number 11, starts. He's a Celtic supporter as a boy. Cole is on the bench. In defence, Henning Berg ruled out with a calf strain during training. 34-year-old Craig Short is back in the starting lineup.
Well, they play 4-4-2. David Thompson, Damien Duff will want to make sure the wing-backs do defensive duties. And certainly Erstenstad, I thought, was excellent at Arsenal. He's come in out of the cold and played very well as a striker.
Well, the Celtic players just went into a real huddle there, which brought a great roar from the crowd. The Blackburn bench looks good, doesn't it? David Dunn, Andy Cole, 2 England internationals, Matt Jansen, Grabby the Italian, and Keith Gillespie. And 2 names you recognise on the Celtic bench, John Hartson, the Welsh international, and Steve Guppy, who came here following Martin O'Neill from Leicester. So it's the first leg of this UEFA Cup second-round tie. Celtic in the hoops to play from left to right. Neil Lennon, number 18. Across to Ulrich Larsson, the left back, or left side of the 3 centre-backs. Headed away by Short, helped on by Duff. Erstenstad. And again, tries to release David Thompson on the far side. And Larsson gets a foot in. Alan Thompson. Sutton makes a run down the left, pursued by Martin Taylor. And that's going to roll out for a Celtic corner in the first minute. And Souness delayed his arrival. Quick handshake, I think, there between the managers. Here's Lennon on the pitch. And it goes to Sutton, but the whistle's gone. Well, that was interesting about Souness, Trevor. He clearly didn't come out and get the welcome we expected.
Well, good tactical move, I think. Quick handshake, the game's underway, and most of the fans concentrating on that.
It's Johansson, the Blackburn left back with the throw, number 14. They're playing a 4-4-2 formation. Celtic with the wing back. This is Balde, centre back. Henrik Larsson. Oh, look at Thompson on the left. Blackburn didn't pick him up. If it had gone earlier, he was away. As it is, David Thompson and Lucas Neal have got a cover. Here's Petrov. Back to him again from Henrik Larsson. Now Flitcroft for Blackburn. Dwight York, the flag's up. Somebody was offside, Erstenstad.
Erstenstad, the man beyond Dwight York querying, well, why was it offside, but if he had miscontrolled it and gone through, Østenstad would have been clear. He was in an offside position. Got interesting commentary on this side, Thompson against Thompson, haven't you, on that flank?
Yeah, we ought to make that point, didn't we? David Thompson of Blackburn, Alan Thompson of Celtic. There's also a Larson, Henrik, and a Lauerson, Ulrich. But this is definitely Flitcroft. Well, it started at one heck of a pace. It's like an Old Firm game at the moment, and they know all about that here. Here's David Thompson. He can strike them from distance, and that whistles past the right-hand post of Rab Douglas. David Thompson, who scored a spectacular goal in the 3-3 draw in Sofia when Blackburn went through on away goals in the last round.
Well, he's been very successful since joining Blackburn. He's had a little bit of space in these opening few minutes because, of course, Alan Thompson down that side is not really a defensive wing-back, and he sort of wants to push on, and Thompson could pick up quite a bit of space to get that sort of shooting opportunity.
There's quite a close call between Thompson and Guppy for that position on the Celtic left. Guppy, who has been ill. Now then, it's Duff for Blackburn. Paul Lambert. And Johansson's attempted pass blocked by Argat. This is Jus Valheren, number 5 for Celtic, Belgian international centre-back. Flitcroft, Dwight York. Now David Thompson. Johansson. Into York. Flitcroft, wanting somebody to his right. Lucas Neal not that far forward. Here's two guy. That's a good ball. Flitcroft again. Now Neal. And it's Petrov for Celtic. Now Lennon. What would Blackburn be looking for here, Trevor? Obviously the away goal, but clearly the tie will almost, back in the balance in 2 weeks' time, or still in the balance.
Ball bit the dust anyway after 4 minutes, as we saw. But I think, strange enough, I think they started very well, Blackburn. They've had a good bit of possession. I think Graham Souness has emphasised Duff and Thompson, the two wide people. If they can get the space running behind the two wing-backs, they could be the key players, I think, this evening. But naturally, I do believe Blackburn will be looking definitely to try and get an away goal.
Souness kept his cards very close to his chest for this one. He didn't tell the players, the team, till they got to the ground. And he had a full, apart from Berg, he had a full squad to pick from. Johansson. This is Craig Short. See, Blackburn have started pretty well. They're passing the ball around neatly. This is Martin Taylor, having come off the back of a very decent victory at Highbury. They rode their luck a bit there, but they also played well in patches.
I remember the 5-2 against Newcastle. I know Newcastle lost down at 10 men for most of the match, but it was still an excellent performance. So certainly Blackburn must be really encouraged at the moment. Well, they're here, of course, in virtue of winning the Worthington Cup last season. Celtic are here because they came out of a Champions League qualifier against Basel, where they won here 2-0 and lost, won here 3-1 and lost 2-0 away. Now then, it is Lennon. Free kick to Celtic, fouled by Tugay. Tugay, who played for Turkey in the World Cup and will doubtless be playing against England in the two European qualifiers ahead. Neil Lennon already got a black eye on the right one. That hasn't come up in the last 10 seconds, but that was a late challenge from Dugai.
Alan Thompson for Celtic. Damien Duff for Blackburn. York, little back heel, back to Duff now. Good running by Nils-Erik Johansson up against Argat. Erstenstadt has pulled away to the far post. The cross looks too deep.
Encouraging break though. Gain of confidence at left back. Johansson can go forward, released by Duff, and in the end he was in a good crossing opportunity near the byline. He got away from his marker, so no excuse actually for putting it behind. But encouraging start, and it's Celtic at the moment just trying to settle down and get a bit of possession themselves.
Well, York and Erstenstadt combining again. Lauerson. He's out of position now. This is David Thompson. To Lucas Neal. In it goes to Erstenstadt, trying to lay it off to Thompson. The pattern of Celtic in Europe this last season or two has been winning their home games but losing away. That's what happened when they got into the Champions League proper last season. Here's Chris Sutton. Sutton, who was going to be watched tonight by Sven-Göran Eriksson, but the England coach has decided, I gather, not to attend. Whether that has something to do with today's developments at the Football Association, I'm not sure, but you must know by now, surely, the big story of the day, the departure from the FA, imminently, of Adam Crozier. I'm sure we'll be reading plenty about that over the next couple of days. For the moment, Scotland versus England in European competition, and it should be stressed, knockout competition. Somebody in these two legs will go through, somebody will go out. The UEFA Cup still has that particular appeal. This is Balde. Valheeren takes most of the throws for Celtic. Lennon, Lambert. Taking on Johansson, and that was Petrov, and what a good header and a point-blank range save from Stilian Petrov by Brad Friedel.
Well, Friedel played magnificently at Ivory, and he almost just picked it up where he left off. That was a magnificent save. Really the first attacking opportunity from Celtic. They carved them open. Good cross from Argat, and really Petrov, if he'd have probably headed it down, Friedel had no chance, but he just somehow got his arm to it, going the wrong way.
Now a free kick to Celtic in a dangerous position. Ulrik Larsson has come forward. Henrik Larsson is there. Balde's there. Oh, and Balde has clashed with a Blackburn player off the ball. I think it's Craig Short. There was a real collision there. Short went down. Referee's just sorted it out, or has he? Balde comes in and Short has to go back with him, corner.
Well, it was a great little contest, that, wasn't it? Because they were blocking each other, and in the end the ball headed for him, as I suppose inevitably it would. And you've got to say Craig Short did excellently at the back post to head it away for the corner.
Valheeren is now on the near post. Balde is further over. Noise absolutely deafening. Another header to test Friedel. This time Henrik Larsson. Well, I must say, Trevor, Brad Friedel, outstanding in the World Cup for the United States, and on Saturday's evidence, possibly currently the best goalkeeper in the Premiership.
Well, you can see he was coming away from the near post, and he's going back towards the middle of the goal. Petrov's headed it, probably the only way he saved it, because it was at a nice height. He's stuck his left arm out and kept it solid enough to keep it out of that goal.
That's what Petrov does so well. He comes from behind the front two, Henrik Larsson and Sutton, and gets ahead of the play, and they didn't pick him up really. Now then, Dugai to Neal for Blackburn. Erstenstadt, it ran on a little bit here. David Thompson, good save by Rab Douglas. Oh. In again by Neal. Thompson's there once more. This is Duff. Well, both goalkeepers called into action there in the space of a couple of minutes.
What a boring start this has been, hasn't it? Fantastic stuff. Just a little deflection by Erstenstad, took it and wrong-footed the defence. I think Thompson on his right foot would have scored, and his left just put it a nice height. Good save, Douglas, but one I would have expected him to make once you see the shot.
Craig Short and Martin Taylor are up for the corner. Here comes Short. Oh, nearly a touch for Dwight York on the far post.
Well, that just went right across the face, didn't it, there? I mean, let's take a deep breath. It goes to the near post, just get the first touch, and then, well, Rab Douglas nowhere near the ball, but fortunately at the back post, Dwight York couldn't get the touch, but we've had openings at both ends, and, well, certainly, I don't think we're going to get a 0-0. Don't want to tempt fate.
Well, there'll be a little bit of drama down on the touchline as well, because O'Neill and Souness are not the most reserved of coaches while the game's going on, are they? And there's plenty to get everybody excited here early on. This is Lucas Neal. Free kick to Blackburn. Well, now then, he won't be still for very long, Martin O'Neill. That's Balde. Sutton. And Henrik Larsson was coming back from an offside position. Good header by Lambert. There he is again. Magath getting forward. Short coming across. Valheeren to Balde. Lennon. Lauerson. Alan Thompson. Lucas Neal in there. Well, it's been a storming first 15 minutes, and it's going very much the way we expected, with a lot of action at both ends. Balde's gone forward to support Henrik Larsson. Sutton's there. Oh, it's a slice clearance. Johansson's got a cover. Flitcroft did. And a forward ball by Chugai.
Chugai, who had the slice clearance just now, quite relieved to get away with that. Very cultured, composed player, keeps possession normally much better than we've just seen on those last two occasions.
Little touch by Sutton. It caught Petrov coming forward, and that's also a short pass. There's a flag up for offside with 15 minutes gone. Pretty even, would you say?
I think slightly favouring Blackburn generally, although you could argue, you know, the headed chance was the nearest we got to the goal. That was well worked, and the way they worked it was Celtic getting the wing-back Argat to the byline, and that really, I think, is going to be the key. Can the two wing-backs get in those positions to set up openings? I think if they knock the ball in high from deep, Larsson and Sutton against Taylor and Short are going to struggle, and so they've got to get behind the Blackburn defence.
Blackburn Rovers have moved up to 7th in the Premiership, and Celtic, who still at the moment are 1 point behind Rangers in Scotland, having won the 2 championships in consecutive years under O'Neill. This is Balde, who's a Guinean international. All nationalities around in the Celtic side. It was actually Souness who really, in a sense, reinvented Scottish football when he was manager of Rangers in terms of bringing players in from elsewhere. Long time since the Lisbon Lions of 1967, when they all came from the Glasgow area. Celtic, the first British team to win the Champions Cup. Here's David Thompson for Blackburn. And it's Ulrich Larsson with a fairly Tasty challenge. It's going to be a free kick to Blackburn. And big Martin Taylor goes up for this, number 21. And that's his header back, and Short's in there. And Taylor again! Oh, and a header by Ostenstadt, didn't have any real weight on it. And Celtic escape, but give the ball away at once to Lucas Neal. And he's been beaten by Henrik Larsson, and this could be a break for Celtic with Lambert.
Well, the ferocity of the pace is amazing, really. There's fantastic gripping opening. They scramble in the box. They've got a lot of height, Blackburn. Taylor wins the first header, Short then gets a second, it bobbles around, and Taylor then hits a volley, just really blocked by Larsson. I think Douglas had it covered, but again scrambled away in the end.
Here's York, Two-guy. Well, Souness has made it fairly clear that the Premiership is his main priority, but then they always say that, don't they? Caught up in the emotion of this, so I think he's desperate to win it.
I think you only have to look at the side he's picked. These are two big games, don't worry, he's wanted to win these.
As is Martin O'Neill. What a pride at stake, and now Celtic have a corner, which Thompson will come across to take with his left foot, and forward come Valheeren, Balde and Ulrik Larsson. Chris Sutton on the 6-yard line. Well, with little collision between Bubba Balde and Craig Short, they certainly are having a good contest at corners, those two.
When they can get the three big lads up, you know, it does give them the opportunity to challenge the Blackburn, who are a big side. But Martin O'Neill would know at the moment that haven't quite got the rhythm. The wing-backs are not being able to get forward because Thompson, certainly David Thompson on the right in particular, and Damien Duff this side, are actually tracking them back. And at times then Celtic got 5 at the back, and they're struggling then to get forward to support the likes of Larsson and Sutton.
That was Chris Sutton. This is Petrov. Now it's Alan Thompson. Henrik Larsson's made a run across the edge of the area. There he is on the chest. Lucas Neal goes to meet him. Lennon's up in support here. David Thompson in the way, but he's lost it to Lennon. Covering play was Two-guy. Now it's Lambert. Sutton. And away by Damien Duff, but only to Balde. .20 20 breathless minutes have passed. No score in the UEFA Cup. Johansson for Blackburn. No time wasted, another ball provided immediately. The first one goes out of play. Look at that. Ostenstadt coming back in the end, all the way to Short. Celtic were pressing up on Blackburn there. It's gone out to Alan Thompson, who takes on Lucas Neal. Henrik Larsson making a run in the centre, being joined by Sutton now. And Lucas Neal, did he knock over Alan Thompson? Referee says yes. Yellow card, I think, for Lucas Neal. That's his second in Europe this season. You have to get 3 now before you're suspended. But he's certainly on a yellow here for the push.
That's where you want the wing-back, Alan Thompson. Just got far enough ahead. Little toe ender then away from Lucas Neal, knocked him off balance, and it's very similar to the position Argat got that dangerous cross in before. Now let's see if they can make something from this free kick.
Now on Saturday at Highbury, Arsenal scored from a free kick about here. Friedel was very cross because his defenders got too deep and blocked his view. And he's making it clear where he wants them here. In fact, Neil Lennon's gone across to help Thompson on this one. And Lennon curls it, and oh, and out surely on this side, was it? Yes, before Argat knocked it back in.
Yeah, the one at the weekend was from this hand side, but it was curling in towards goal. A bit lower than that. That one was never going to go in the net, and Brad Friedel actually got his arm up, but it cleared him, and it was well beyond Argat before he hooked it back across the goal.
So Lucas Neal on a yellow card. Just want to make it clear, it used to be 2 yellow cards and a suspension in Europe, but when they increased the number of fixtures in the Champions League and the UEFA Cup, you now have to be booked 3 times to miss a game. Or indeed, unless you're sent off. Here's Balde. Oh, it's too short. This is Damien Duff. Challenged by Balde. That's a free kick. Taylor and Short will make their way forward again, having caused havoc on the last one. David Thompson has put the ball down. Duff is asking for the 10 yards. Now Henrik Larsson, was he pulled back there by Johansson? Yes, he was. And, well, Larsson tried to take a quick free kick. Two-guy was about a yard away. And
I've seen players booked for that in the Premiership, yeah, because they block the taking of a quick free kick.
Well, yeah, I have too, although sometimes they try and take them so quickly the player hasn't got time to get 10 yards away. That's what Two-guy would argue. Anyway, it'll be a retake. Celtic with 4 men pushed well forward on the edge of the Blackburn penalty area here as Balde takes it. Chris Sutton going up with Craig Shaw, David Thompson, Dwight York down the right-hand side, getting behind Ulrich Larsson, and over came Balde. Big presence in the Celtic defence, Bobo Balde. Two-guy into Erstenstadt. Now, oh, interception by Argat. Now another interception by Two-guy. Two-guy had a spell in this city with Rangers. He also played under Graham Souness at Galatasaray. An awesome stadium this now at Celtic Park. Here's Sutton to Argat. Going for the line. Oh, good. Oh, it's out. It was over the line, according to the assistant on this side for Didier Argat.
Certainly that's where you want Argat. I don't think it was when he actually first clipped the ball, but I think he curled out and then came back in, and that's why the flag went up. But Argat's been quite dangerous, got that little bit of pace that has worried Nilsson when he's got one-on-one with him.
Capacity here just over 60,000. It may be just under tonight because of segregation, but Celtic play to full houses nearly all the time. And you can understand, without getting into the politics of it, why a lot of their followers wonder what would happen if they played in the Premiership in England, as indeed Rangers supporters, many of them, would like to do. Here's Henrik Larsson. That's a Celtic corner. So forward again from the back, all three. Valharan, Larsson and Balde. comes Thompson's cross again. Comes off the head of Duff. This is Argat. 2 defenders in front of him. Corner again. It's just gone over to Balde on the far side. Valharan stays forward. Chris Sutton up for this. That's his header. And in the end, it was a tame one from Valharan. And here's Dwight York. Lennon. And Henrik Larsson unable to control that.
Oh, just a slight lull there, trying to knock it into the feet of Larson. They've got a big back four, Blackburn. Neil at the right back, and then Short coming in alongside Taylor, and certainly then Johansson this side, all over 6 foot. So it's sort of playing into their hands if you're just going to clip it up in the air from deep.
Agat. Petrov. Two guys interception. Flitcroft to York. To his right, David Thompson. Beaten by Lennon. Whoa, that's an awkward bounce. Balde takes responsibility, finds Lauerson. It's a really close contest so far. This is Duff. Nobody quite opening up the respective defences yet. Two-guy. Alan Thompson pushing up on Lucas Neal. Blackburn finding themselves shut down by an energetic Celtic here. This is Alan Thompson. The half-hour mark in this first leg, and so far just two memorable efforts perhaps, but no breakthrough. Free kick to Celtic. Thompson will take it. Balde makes his way forward. Marked by Short again. Here's Agat. Agat, who got the vote at right wing-back for Celtic ahead of Momo Silla, who has been playing there for part of the season. He's on the bench. Martin O'Neill had quite a wide choice for tonight's match. This is Flitcroft. Looking for Sutton. And now Henrik Larsson. Good play by two-guy, but a good tackle by Lennon. Alan Thompson to Petrov. Oh, he's shaken off Lucas Neal here. Found Sutton. Dwight York just losing his balance. This is Johansson. Two guy. Short. Well, it's so quick that I think sometimes they're losing possession by trying to do it at double the normal speed. This is Johansson. Duff. Oh, he's taking them on here, Damien Duff. Oh, and it was a decent looking cross at first, but it was just too long, really. Little Thompson was the player furthest away from Duff on the far post. What about Andy Cole, Trevor? I mean, on the bench tonight, we'd expect to see him involved at some point, wouldn't we?
Yeah, perhaps. Great run by Duff. This is him at his strength, really running at people, just sort of dinked it up too strong, went over beyond the back post, but certainly, you know, Andy Cole's been out for a while. Duff has come back, perhaps not wanting to risk both of them at the same time from the starting lineup, but you mentioned the strength of the depth on the bench, really, for Blackburn, and that just shows how they're progressing, really, as a Premiership club.
Well, Souness has brought them out of Division 1, he's won the Worthington Cup, he's got them into Europe, and they seem pretty much at home here at Celtic Park. This is Duff. Johansson. Erstenstadt. Bit of shirt pulling, I thought, by both players there. Two-guy. Challenged by Henrik Larsson. Short. Also from behind. Now it's Neil. York. Well, Souness brought up on the Liverpool culture of pass and move. You can see a bit of that in Blackburn Rovers. Two-guy. Oh, Damien Duff did that well. Dwight York's in the centre, and the clearing header by Thompson goes out for a corner.
Terrific spell of possession and probing, and gradually opened them up slightly, but good. Had to work hard, Celtic, to close them down then, block that shot.
Well, the two threats here possibly are Short and Taylor, but not with a delivery like that. David Thompson. And really, at the moment, Celtic are pinned back in their own half. Blackburn have the edge, there's no question about that in terms of possession. And Taylor can stay forward now, and so can Short. It's a free kick.
Bit of a waste, but certainly at the moment, that man Thompson and Duff the other side does mean that Alan Thompson and Argat are sort of playing as defensive wing-backs. You know, they've got five at the back, and Lennon, certainly, and Lambert having to help out. Petrov is being marked by Flitcroft, and at present, Sutton and Larsson are just not getting the supply and the support that they'd be hoping, particularly in a home match like this.
No, they're rather isolated, I agree, at the moment, the front two for Celtic. Here's Balde with Erstenstadt. Now Dwight York picked his way around there, okay. Neil. Yes, every time the ball goes upfield, Celtic find it coming back on them. And now Erstenstadt's waiting in the centre for a cross from Thompson. And good forward play by Lucas Neil there, who got into the crossing position. Blackburn are working the right flank well. In fact, they're working the whole pitch well at the moment. The English team looking the more assured. This is Duff taking on Lennon. Thompson. Oh, he does really well there. York is waiting. Oh, it was a chance for Dwight York. Balde takes credit for the block.
Well, they've got in that right-hand side twice, haven't they? First of all, it was Lucas Neil, and then this time Thompson. You've got to say Balde has done well. Dwight York's gone to the near post. He's got there first, but he's just got caught under Balde's legs. Whether it was on its way in, we don't know. But he got there first of all, but again, a great little bit of play by Thompson down the right.
For the moment, Blackburn are dictating matters. Here's York. To his left is Erstenstadt, who now goes through the centre, but it's just too heavily weighted the pass, and there was an offside anyway.
I must say, if I'd been Graham Souness, I'd feel a bit frustrated in the last 5 or 6 minutes that my side hasn't scored, because they've played very well. They've got behind Celtic, probed away, and yeah, Celtic at the moment are chasing and can't seem to get hold of it. Yeah, deep breathing, Graham, because his side have done X over the last few minutes.
There's a battle between Short and Sutton. This is Valheeren. Agat.
With Thompson and Duff sort of taking the wing-backs into the defensive situations, you know, the get-out ball is really a Neil on the right-hand side and Johansson on the left as the full-backs, because naturally they've got the space.
Two guy opening things up a little bit now. He's found Neil. Here's York. And still Celtic can't get out their own half. Flitcroft across to Thompson. Well, there was a late challenge there by Erstenstadt, and it's going to be a free kick to Celtic.
And the option is whether you actually go to a different system yourself. So I don't know, Martin likes to play his 3-5-2, but at the moment down the flanks they're being outmanoeuvred, and certainly Blackburn at the moment are keeping possession easier and having 2 against 1 quite often at either flank.
Erstenstadt. Well, the German referee hasn't missed anything so far. This is a free kick to Celtic, and Balde is going to go forward. Henrik Larsson, who can be lethal in the air as well as on the ground. And he got the flick on there. Oh, Chris Sutton goes down on the edge of the area, looks at the referee, nothing doing. Damien Duff on the break for Blackburn to Dwight York. Here's Flitcroft. Neil. Thompson. Two guy. Again, the set-up players coming from Blackburn. We have 5 minutes left in the first half of this first leg. And as yet, no daylight between the teams. Two guy. Flitcroft looking for Duff. And Johansson. Thompson with the turn. Oh, he's gone past Valheeren. Dwight York with a great chance for Blackburn. There's a block. Lovely turn by David Thompson. That really was a trick on Halloween night. But Dwight York couldn't treat us to a goal, Trevor.
It reminded me a bit of Dennis Bergkamp, if you remember, up at Newcastle, where he sort of flicked it one way and turned the other, got the right side. And again, Dwight York seeming to have that bit of time and space in the penalty area, but he couldn't get the clear shooting opportunity, and it was blocked.
Here he is again, York, and now it's Thompson once more. They're combining and threatening Celtic. This is Thompson again. He's a live wire, David Thompson, proving a very good signing. Here he is once more. Erstenstadt. Thompson's gone down, flattened by his namesake, I think. Yellow card for Alan Thompson for the foul on David. Now this free kick, what is it, 30 yards, thereabouts. Two guy having a long look at it. Thompson himself possesses a powerful shot from distance. And the referee's going to pull the Celtic wall back a bit further. Damien, yes, Duff's gone across as well, looking perhaps for the left footer. Now he's moved away, that's Thompson.
They curled it over the wall, but there was never the power or the movement to worry. Certainly a keeper like Douglas just stood and said thank you very much, but there's a bit of relief. They've had a fairly torrid 10 minutes, but they've hung in there. You can say they've always got the body to block the shot, and so from that point of view, Celtic have defended well, but it's at the other end they'd like to start creating opportunities.
Well, they may have one here. It's a free kick inside the Blackburn half. And coming up to half-time, Celtic have been under the cosh a bit, now have a chance to threaten the Blackburn goal. Lennon's put the ball down. Sutton and Henrik Larsson just by the penalty spot. Oh, and Balde closing in there with Valheren. But Friedel, a lovely throw up to Østenstad, 3/4 of the length of the pitch. That went from the Blackburn goalkeeper. Østenstad against Ulrik Laursen. And Celtic concede possession again. This is Thompson. Square of him is Flitcroft, and it can go on again to Johansson. Now Tugay. York, little dummy. Flitcroft again. The shot's on for him. Hits Lennon. Neil. York. Thompson. And once again, Chris Sutton just can't get the ball down. Johansson. Tugay. Well, I don't want our Scottish listeners to think we're biased, those of you who are Celtic supporters, but we are trying to see this completely impartially, and I have to say on the first half so far, Blackburn have looked the better side, but wait, this is Thompson looking for Henrik Larsson, a minute of the normal time to go. Johansson. Tugay, that's a foul by Henrik Larsson. Tugay takes the free kick quickly as we go into the last minute of the first 45. Having said all that, possession counts for nothing unless you score. Østenstad. York. Thompson. Tugay. Now it's on to Duff. York's made a good run here, and there's space. There was until Balde closed it down, but there still is for Duff. There's a wrestling match going on there between Henrik Larsson and Short, then with Sutton, free kick to Celtic as we go into stoppage time.
They were so lucky there, I thought Celtic get away with that. First touches, first of all, of York, and then Duff let them down in very good shooting opportunities. I think Blackburn have played very well, but you've got to feel, John, Celtic must improve in the second half. There've got to be more to come from the home team.
Oh yes, we haven't seen the best of them, but Souness will be pleased with the approach play. Disappointed that Blackburn have got nothing to show for it. They've had far more of the ball and given Celtic some anxious moments in the penalty area, but haven't finished things off. So this UEFA Cup tie perfectly balanced at half-time. And as you'll see, the shots on goal, 6-1 in Blackburn's favour. Shots on target, 4-1. And I think despite the corner count being in...
His team has played, Martin O'Neill, because he's got a jail, really. 0-0 for Celtic. It's flat. I mean, it's ironic because Celtic had the best chance of Petrov header, but when you talk about possession and controlling the match and controlling the football, there's only been one team in it. And the higher the level you go, it's imperative you have good possession. Celtic are chasing, they're not closing down quickly enough, they're giving Blackburn time and space, but Blackburn are a good passing side, they're moving about, and they'll be massively disappointed that it's still 0-0.
Yeah, and I think as well as the possession that Blackburn have had, they've had real width as well. You know, Thompson down the right, Duff down the left-hand side. That's where the chances have come from. It's allowed people like York and Oshtenstad a bit more freedom, people to get forward from midfield. And at the moment, there aren't many teams that would come here and completely outplay Celtic. Yeah. Blackburn are doing so. Can't get the ball, Gary. And when they've got the ball, because they haven't had it, they're trying then to force the game, and they keep giving the ball back to Blackburn.
They're giving Blackburn too much time and space as well. I mean, the onus is on the home team to go and attack, but you can't attack if you've not got the ball. I mean, Blackburn have been terrific in possession, but when Celtic have got it, they haven't been good enough to pass it and play, whereas Blackburn, on the other hand, look a very, very good side.
Yeah. The other thing as well, Al, is, you know, when you play that formation with the 3 centre-backs at Celtic playing and 2 pushed on, once you push the 2 backwards, you're there with 5. Yeah. So, you know, you get control of the midfield and you've got time and space in which to play. People like Two-Guy and Flitcroft just keep getting the ball down and passing it. They've made it extremely simple. They just haven't got the goal that the player deserves.
Another thing is when York drops off, there's nobody coming to pick him up. So
and when you've got 3 at the back, that should be easy.
Well, exactly. It's a classic case of playing 3 central defenders and the 3 probably just picking up 1, and that leaves you short in the middle of the park. So when you get it, as Trevor rightly says, you haven't got the support going forward, and then you're in trouble.
Having said all that, Celtic could quite easily have taken the lead.
It's definitely the best chance of the match, and we've circled Petrov here.
Heated at half time.
The thing is, can Blackburn play any better? Probably not. Celtic certainly can and probably will now, second half.
OK, well, the 2 teams are out on the pitch, so let's rejoin Trevor and John.
Yes, thank you, Gary. Interesting, that debate about the FA, Trevor, and about how it affects Sven. I mean, quite apart from anything else, they've got to find a successor to Adam Crozier. It was supposed to be the most powerful job in English football, top man at the FA.
Yeah, I think the main thing is to find out what the job description is, because obviously it looks as if there's going to be a professional board set up, and it will depend on what the job description for the new chief exec as to the quality of person they're able to appoint. But certainly that debate's going to be going on, I think, in the next few weeks.
Now we have Andy Cole, as we suggested we might, as a substitute, coming on for Egil Oshtenstad at the beginning of the second half. Now, what difference can he make? Finishing, I suppose.
I think that would be the solution that Graham Souness has been looking for, because his side played very, very well. And Andy Cole had a long warm-up, he's just had a hamstring trouble, so certainly didn't want any reoccurrences of that. But it's a good-looking team now starting up. But Celtic, we feel, must get better, John.
Yes, that's true. Cole scored the goal in the Worthington Cup final, which effectively brought Blackburn back into Europe, didn't he, after his £7.5 million record signing from Manchester United. Cole, who has had a hamstring injury, but now is back in the thick of it. Here's Two-Guy. And Cole's first touch. Renewing his partnership with Dwight York, which was so successful at Old Trafford for a while. In Europe as well as domestically.
No change in the system for Celtic. I just wonder whether it might vary from their 3-5-2, but at some stage they've certainly got to get better support for Larson and Sutton.
2 going for the same ball there for Blackburn. Here's Sutton. Neil. Now, there's Two-Guy and Duff, and working it out to Johansson. Cole is on that side as well. Interception by Lambert. Now Henrik Larsson. Lennon. Agathe. Celtic have scored 16 goals in their last 4 league matches. They won the last 2 4-1. And they got that also that run includes an 8-1 victory against Suduva in the UEFA Cup, but different opposition tonight perhaps. Here's York. Johansson to Duff. Valheeren goes across to cover Andy Cole, and Johansson comes forward again. Challenge was by Agathe. Referee says the ball was played. It's forward by Taylor for Blackburn. Duff. Now Flitcroft. York. And the second half starts with Blackburn still passing the ball around very comfortably. Cole, Thompson, that came off Lowerson, and it's going to be a Blackburn corner.
But for most of this half, we've seen eight Celtic sort of defensive players, and Larson and Sutton are 40, 50 yards up by themselves. Once they get the ball, they look up and there's no one to find. That's the problem, it just keeps coming back.
Well, Taylor has gone onto the goal line, so has Short. Andy Cole just away from them. And remember, 2 weeks from tonight, the second leg is at Ewood Park, so if it stayed like this, I think Blackburn would be perfectly happy even if they don't get a goal away from home. York. Two-guy. Oh, good running here. And Balde had to take responsibility again. Thompson was threatening. This is Neal. Lennon taken out of it there by quick 1-2. This is Duff. Well, Celtic just can't get the ball. Neal. Cole going in here with York, who will retrieve this. And York gets it back from Two-guy. Well, you wouldn't think Celtic were the home team at the moment, would you? Neal. Finally, Argart broke it up, and this is Lambert for Celtic. Henrik Larsson on that side as well. Petrov. Lambert and Argart combining. Sutton in the penalty area with Henrik Larsson. Thompson coming in as well. Oh, Sutton!
That was a bad header. Flitcroft just got at the back post there, and look, and heads it back across the middle of the goal. That's certainly not the place to head it. Unchallenged. Got it on target, Sutton, but I think he could have done better there. But that's the first opportunity for a long time. That might just give a little bit of encouragement for the home fans.
This is Lambert. Henrik Larsson up against Craig Short. That's a free kick, I rather feel. Back the other way. Yes, Short was fouled. Well, not much chance at the moment for Henrik Larsson to break a record, which he's within sight of. The Scottish statisticians have been hard at work, and they've got Henrik Larsson and Ali McCoist on 21 goals in European competition for Celtic and Rangers respectively. So one more would put Larsson ahead of McCoist. Larsson also scored 10 in Europe for Feyenoord, so it's quite a record. Here's Cole, who set it for himself. Free kick to Blackburn. Petrov delays the taking of it. Two-guy still wants to do it quickly. This is Neal. York's there, Dwight York. That was a corner. Deflection off Lambert, I think.
Again, good receiving the ball there, Dwight York. On the half-turn, gives himself a little shooting opportunity. Good block by Lambert, but again, you know, he and Lennon and Petrov are all getting sucked back in there to help out.
Big Taylor's up there again. Short with his arm up. Cole in the 6-yard box. Here comes Taylor. Leaning. Free kick. Actually, he won't forget his first game in Europe. The Blackburn number 21, Taylor. Martin Taylor, he came on in Lyon as a centre-forward, believe it or not, although he is really a defender, in Blackburn's last European campaign, when they went out after a 2-2 draw, having lost at home. David Thompson. Well, I think it's fair to say once again that we have not yet seen the best of Celtic. Here's Henrik Larsson. Petrov waiting in the centre. Alan Thompson, Sutton's there as well. Lambert. And again, Alan Thompson. 4 waiting in the centre for a cross. This is Lennon. I think what Celtic need really is a sustained spell of possession, which they haven't had so far. Now here's Chris Sutton. Thompson. Free kick against Tugai. Now here's an opportunity perhaps for Celtic. Lauerson and Balde going forward. Henrik Larsson and Sutton on the 6-yard line. Thompson to take. In comes Chris Sutton. Good firm header away by Taylor for Blackburn, who for the moment is certainly winning the aerial battle. Lennon. Sutton trying to chest it down to Henrik Larsson. Away by Flitcroft. Valheren to Agat. Oh, good tackling back by Andy Cole, but he's lost it this time. Well, just for a moment there, I thought Cole might have put Blackburn in a bit of trouble, but Martin O'Neill must just be wondering, I suppose, Trevor, at what point he uses somebody like John Hartson maybe to come on.
Yeah, you won't get any impact from John Hartson unless you get Agat and Thompson, Alan Thompson, on the ball a little bit more. They've done it in the last 3 or 4 minutes. Thompson's had a couple of opportunities when he's been in that attacking third, and then Agat the other side just now. In the end, he helped get possession for Lambert, and the cross was a bad one. But at least they penned Blackburn for 3 or 4 minutes, and that's what they've got to do.
Here's Damien Duff picking it up from Dwight York, taking on Lambert. Cole in the centre. Johansson backing up here. Here's Cole. Didn't quite run for Dwight York. This is Thompson. Of course, he could change the wing-backs if he so wished, O'Neill. He's got Silla and Guppy on the bench, who've both played wide this season. This is Thompson again, looking for Larsson. Takes on Neil. Alan Thompson again. Well, Blackburn still look unruffled. This is Lucas Neal. And coming in on the far side there was Andy Cole, but Valheren got in front of him. Well, the Celtics' record in Europe in the past, heavily weighted in favour of home games. You really would think they would want something from this first leg before going to Ewood Park, and at the moment they're not getting it. This is Tugai for Blackburn. David Thompson to Lucas Neal. Flitcroft's moved forward now in the centre. Cole is waiting also. That's Andy Cole. Oh, what a deflection, and Rab Douglas. It came off Balde. Rab Douglas just grabbing it at the feet of Damien Duff.
Just getting a little bit of luck go with them. Good run by Neil. Cole trying to get the shot on target, comes off Balde. It could have gone anywhere at the feet of Duff or wrong-footed the keeper, but it ended up nicely in the hands of Douglas.
There's a collision between Chris Sutton and Craig Short, and Sutton trying to take a quick free kick.